So students, welcome all. Today I am going to discuss about the second part of the drug excipients interactions. So firstly, myself Satyabut Sharma. I am the Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacy, that is Assam Downtown University. So let's begin with the second part of the drug excipients interaction. So we are just talking about the drug excipients interactions. Okay. So in the next part, we are going to start the mechanism of drug excipients interaction. Okay. So in the drug excipients interaction, there are three types of excipients interaction. First one is the physical interaction. Second one is the chemical interaction. Third one is the biopharmaceutical interaction. So let's discuss with the first physical interaction. So these are very common in doses form and also difficult to detect. Okay, in the physical interaction, first one. So what is the physical interaction? That is dose uniformity, color, order, dissolution, stability, or sedimentation rate. Okay, so these are the factors of physical interaction. Okay, so next, this interaction can either be beneficial or determinant to the product of performance. Okay, so when the drug is incompatible with the excipients, it shows the doses uniformity, ununiformity. Okay, doses uniformity, that is maybe color, order, and dissolution stability. It shows the different variations. So some examples of different physical, that means interactions. We are just going to start. That is complexation. That is cyclodextrin. Okay, the example of cyclodextrin, that is tetracycline and formulation of chlorpromazine with twin 80 and SLS. Okay, so these are giving some examples like absorption. Okay, in case of absorption, formulation of indomethacin using kaolin as an absorbent, formulation of citral iridium chloride tablets using magnesium stearate as a lubricant. Okay, so when you are going for preparation of indomethacin with kaolin as an absorbent, it shows the beneficial example. Okay, but when you are going for citral uh, pyridinium chloride, when you are using magnesium stearate as a lubricant, it shows some interactions. So like this way, you can see that you can, after reading all this table, you can conclude that so all excipients, all drugs are not compatible with the all excipients. Okay, it may show some, that is physical interactions. Okay, so next with the chemical interactions. So chemical interaction involves chemical reaction between drugs and excipients. It is simple already. When you are going for the chemical, that means some chemical imbalance or some chemical changes should be there. How it will occur? By chemical interactions. Okay. Uh, so it is like impurities, residues present in the excipients for different molecules. Okay, chemical interactions are almost determinant to the product because they are produced degradation products. Okay, there follows some examples. So how can you determine the chemical imbalance? By producing some residues or impurities. If it shows some impurities, if all the drugs and also excipients are, you are filtered, you are taking the pure form, but after compiling it shows some residue or some impurities, that means some chemical interactions happen, some chemical interactions occurs. Okay, so like as an example, Maillard reaction. Okay, example of chlorophenyramine and dextrose interaction. Okay, so this is how, given the, how can we conclude that the chemical interaction. So primary amines plus reducing sugar, that is form imine. Okay, which finally break into amidary compounds. Okay, so by this way we can conclude that some chemical interactions happens between the excipients and active, that is pharmaceutical ingredients. Next, release of diclofenac sodium from vector tablets was inhibited by polymer cytosine at low pH. Okay, so pH of pH is the one of the factor for the getting the that means good bioavailability of a drug. Okay, so we have to matrix tablet that means that is maybe excited release of diclofenac sodium. Okay, if we are using cytosine as a polymer, when it is in low pH, it shows some interaction. Okay, what is the interaction? It forms some ionic complex between diclofenac sodium and ionized cationic polymer. Okay, it shows some interaction. It forms some ionic complex. Okay, so these are the examples of some excipients with the API that shows the chemical interaction. Next, another example: sodium and xylate dissolve in water to form a large natively charged anions. Co-formulation in ecosystem with drugs such as neomycin and polymyxin, that is result in precipitation. So these are the examples of some precipitation. So interaction of drug with excipients reduce residues and impurities. So excipients are not equisitely pure. They have some residues which after the drug action, impurities after the drug action. That means when it shows excipients are not pure, totally pure, that is 100% pure, if some impurities are there, when they are going for the chemical interaction, the impurities are come out and sedimented at the particular formulation. So some impurities found in the common excipients are the examples are that is povidone and polysorbates, that is residue is peroxides. Okay, so magnesium stearate antioxidants, lactose, aldehydes and reducing sugars. Okay, benzyl alcohol, that is benzyl aldehyde. Okay, so these are the excipients, and after chemical interactions, some residues occur. So these are the examples of some residues. So sterilization by autoclaving of parental preparations containing dextrose can be isomerization of dextrose in fructose and formulation of aldehyde which react with the primary amino group to cause color change. Okay. Then peroxide residues is in povidone responsible for the enhanced formulation of N oxide degradation product of the estrogen receptor molecular, that is raloxifene. Okay, so this is about the chemical interaction. First, we are going to study about the physical interaction, that is order, color, change. Okay, then dissolution parameters it may change. Okay, next with the chemical interactions, that means chemical changes with the drug and excipients. Now come with the biopharmaceutical interaction. So, what is the biopharmaceutical interaction? Let's go with the discussion. So these are the interactions which are observed after administration of the medicine. Okay. So biopharmaceutical interaction means it is observed after administration of the medicine. The interaction occurs in the form of, that is two types of form, that is the interaction between drug medicine, that is drug substance and excipients, and the body fluids, and the interaction have the tendency to influence the rate of absorption. Okay. So two types of interaction happen. Fine. First one is the interaction is between medicine, okay, that is drug substance or excipients, and the body fluid. Okay, so drug substance with the body fluid, that is first interaction. Second interaction is the rate of absorption of the drug. It influences the rate of absorption of the drug. That means it may decrease after interaction, biochemical interaction. It may decrease the rate of absorption of the drug. Okay, it may affect on the rate of absorption of the drug. So these are the various examples we are going to study. That is uh, premature breakdown of enteric coating. Okay, so all of you know that enteric coated tablet is breakdown of intestine. Okay, so enteric coated polymers, those polymers we are using, that is cellulose acetate. Okay, so examples of enteric coated polymers, that is cellulose acetate, then phthalate and hydroxypropyl cellulose acetate phthalate. So these are the polymers we are using for the antirecotic tablet. Okay, dissolving prematurely in the stomach in the presence of antacid or drugs. Okay, cause increase in the pH of stomach. Okay, cause parameter release of API in the stomach itself, which results in the degradation of drug in the stomach. So our motto for the enterohepatic preparation is it is after passing through the stomach, it will dissolve in intestine, disintegrate in intestine. But when it is due to the premature breakdown, it breakdown in the, that means in stomach pH. Okay, so that means the active pharmaceutical ingredient will directly disintegrate in the stomach. Okay, so what is the side effect if the enterohepatic tablet is disintegrate in the stomach? Okay, so in respect of that means intestine, if it is dissolved in the stomach, so it affects that is some shows some side effects. Okay, so that is gastric bleeding as a cause of NSAA. So these are the some interactions, that is biopharmaceutical interactions. Okay, these are some biopharmaceutical interactions that, that may happen. Okay, so this is the example of some biopharmaceutical interactions of drug and products. So this is about the three types of interactions I have already told. Hope all of you, that means go through it properly. Okay, if any confusion, you can go through the slides. Okay.